not out, and Blaine on 27. John Wright out for 119, bowled by that splendid delivery from Philippe Edmonds, the one that went straight on. 257 for 8 when they came off for bad light. The bowling figures for England, both of them had 3 yesterday, 3 for 58 he finished with today. And the spinners, Edmonds and Embury, did much of the work. Apart from bowling well for much of the time, they were also on because the light was too bad to have the quicker bowlers operating. Play now with the first ball of the 5th over. 7 runs have been added. Ian Botham is the bowler. Taking strike is Tony Blaine.
Off volley, very handsomely struck, past cover point. 4 good runs.
Well, Mr. Blaine really does play some copybook shots, and this is one of them.
And the wicket. It's in the air, but it's dropped well short of Dilley.
Well, that was typical of Ian Botham, always striving something new to get a wicket. He went round the wicket, he pitched it up, then he dropped one short. I suspect that Ian Botham now he's a bit fed up with Mr. Sterling still being there, because he's bowled to a lot better players than Mr. Sterling, and I think he'll really have a go at him now. He said, look, mate, you've been here too long.
Well bowled. That was a corker.
It didn't bounce very much. That's, I think, one of the problems for the batsman.
280 for 8 then. Dilley to Blaine. Playing with such unhurried confidence, you feel he could do it with a stick of rhubarb and one eye shut, Tom, don't you? Oh, beautiful catch. Tremendous catch off the middle of the bat. My word, what an achievement that by Graham Gooch, lurking near the square leg umpire. Nothing wrong with the shot except that it was a bit uppish, and Blaine has made 37. A very impressive effort for his side.
Yes, a fine performance by Tony Blaine in his first Test match. And out to an absolutely brilliant catch. Half volley, just outside the leg stump, and he clipped it away beautifully. And something that England were in desperate need of. And coming to the wicket, Ewan Chatfield, who playing in his first Test match on this tour because of injury.
9 down then, and 3 catches in this innings for Graham Gooch. That might easily have concluded the entertainment of this innings.
Yes, one of the things about bowling at number 11, you've got to bowl straight.
Chatfield caught behind by French off the thinnest stickle, and New Zealand are out for 287. After 50 minutes of play this morning, and Dilley has got his 4th wicket.
Very good effort indeed from Graham Dilley, and one that will give him a great deal of confidence for the future. Those 3 last men for New Zealand did a great job. Tony Blaine 37, Derek Sterling not out 18, and Ewan Chatfield 5. And the bowling figures dominated by Dilley, who picked up those 2 this morning, and he finished with 4 for 92 from 28.2 overs. And 4 maidens. Botham, the other bowler, used this morning 25 overs, 4 maidens, 3 for 75. Those 3 he picked up early in the New Zealand innings. So a very good performance from New Zealand to hang out for that long. For England, frustrating that they had to wait so long to get through them. Well, England sent in a new opening combination. Gooch has had 5 different opening partners in 6 test matches. This time, it was Bill Athey. We pick it up now with the 4th ball of the 2nd over. 3 for no wicket. Derek Sterling is the bowler, and it's Athey taking strike.
Over the top.
A little bit ambitious, this. Sterling generating a fair amount of pace. There's a lot of bounce there.
Not exactly under control, that hook shot by Bill Athey.
Listen, Bill Athey is a compulsive hooker. If he sees it down there, he's going to have a go.
Good half stop. Evan Gray is the man in the gully. A very good half stop because Graham Gooch really clobbers those. That's a fine shot. Right in position, rolling the wrists on top of the ball. Super shot by Bill Athey.
Yes, and not very intelligent bowling, this. I mean, he keeps banging it in halfway down, and Bill Athey getting in a super position there.
Just about what it deserved.
Well, both these England batsmen doing just the right thing. They're playing their shots. They've had plenty of opportunities, certainly against the short bowling from Sterling. So England 249 runs behind. I think the way the pitch is playing, they've got every chance of making up a bit of time.
Oh, well bowled, yes. Beautifully bowled by Richard Hadlee. Just got back inside the forward defensive stroke. That's why this fellow's such a great bowler, and why batsmen have so much trouble against him. Athey, LBW bowled Hadlee 17, brought into this test match as yet another opening partner for Graham Gooch, and disappointment for him now.
So Hadley's pitched it absolutely perfectly, just pitching off, hitting middle and leg, and Athey hasn't provided any footwork to counter that. Just played across his crease.
Gooch on 18. Gower coming in to face Hadlee. Not at the very best of times, just 12 minutes before lunch. What a nasty one to get first up. Absolutely on the spot, a bit of lift, a little bit of movement away from the bat.
Evan Gray, the bowler now, left arm around the wicket to Graham Gooch. Oh, beautifully bowled. Super bowling, and they appeal to the square leg umpire for a catch and slip. Great uncertainty about whether that carried or not, and the appeal is turned down.
The fielder seems to be the least convinced about it.
It's a change of ends now for Richard Hadlee. Bowled his 7 overs before lunch from the pavilion end, and now it's a change to the Vauxhall end.
Up, and Gower just moving on to 3.
The ideal for England if they could play this innings much more like a one-day game. You need to get in first, but amazing how you can dominate when you pick up your singles. Oh, almost stuck. Marvellous diving chance by Martin Crowe at mid-wicket. Gower truly middled it, and Martin Crowe flung himself upwards, rather like a goalkeeper, just going up to the crossbar, and the ball touched the fingertips.
Interesting response by David Gower, very nearly out. He didn't quite middle it. I mean, he was trying to hit that clear over the top.
This time it's a better shot, and very good tactics by David Gower. Well, that not only shuttles the score along a little bit for England, but also just suggests to New Zealand that he's not going to bat there, with the fielders crowding around him while Evan Gray pitches in the rough. Oh, so close. That was a brilliant effort by Richard Hadley. A lot of excitement out there from the New Zealand players. Just take another look at that.
Since lunch, this is the third time the ball's been in the air, absolutely just eluding New Zealand fielders.
That's high in the air. That's caught with great alacrity and certainty. Derek Sterling's the catcher. Very well bowled, of course, by Hadley. The extra pace, the extra bounce. And he ran in and caught that like a rugby fullback. No hesitation, right under it. Caught Sterling, bowled Hadley for 32, so Graham Gooch has gone the score 62 for 2. So Alan Lamb back in Test cricket. Played 2 tests against India early in the season, and a change of bowling, Ewan Chatfield. Very sad comeback to Test cricket for Alan Lamb, bowled for naught, but a brilliant comeback for Ewan Chatfield. It was a good ball, came back off the seam.
And Alan Lamb, who's just been pushing forward solidly, for some reason stops his forward stroke halfway through, and he would have been LBW, I think, if it hadn't bowled him. Mike Gatting finds himself in earlier than he hoped. England doing the right thing, trying to press the score along, but suffering at the moment.
That's a sweet way to get off the mark.
So very positive start by Mike Gatting. He is always at his best when he's going for the runs.
Ewan Chatfield bowling to David Gower. Gower looks in very, very good form today. He's played his defensive shots with a lot of time to spare. When anything loose has come along, he's hit it well.
Beautiful shot this. Ewan Chatfield not really quick enough to bowl a bouncer, or one short like that, and David Gower getting right over the top of it. Beautiful pull shot for 4.
Very fine shot for 4. Beautifully over the top of it. Chatfield just straying in length.
This really is David Gower's wicket. Short, wide, all the time in the world.
Evan Gray to Gatting. Hundred comes up for England, and that's in the 32nd over. Quite a good striking rate, around about 50 runs per 100 balls. They need more, but it's a decent start, although they have lost those 3 wickets. Cracking shot from Gower, straight down the ground. Beautifully played by the left-hander. beautifully timed.
Ewan Chatfield dragging this one down. David Gower in a beautiful position. Really middles that. And it just drops about 10 yards short of the boundary ropes and skips over first bounce.
Super shot. That's David Gower at his best. So elegant to watch and so powerful in the stroke.
And a superb stroke this. David Gower moving his feet, hitting that ball on the up. This is the ideal wicket to do this on.
David Gower's 50, handsomely played, well constructed with some lovely powerful shots through the covers and exceptionally strong on the pull. 50 runs of 72 balls. Graceful to Gower. It's beaten him. Following a succession of fine shots by David Gower.
No room for error in length here. Beautiful stroke off the back foot. Playing some superb cricket.
9 more runs added in the 6 overs up to tea. 134 for 3 at the interval. David Gower, lovely innings, 60, and he's unbeaten. Mike Gatting is not out, 16. A very fine effort from those two. After those first 3 wickets fell very quickly. The bowling figures for New Zealand. Hadley, the outstanding one, once again, although Evan Gray has bowled pretty well there. 10 overs, 4 maidens, none for 19. And at tea, the match situation was that England were 153 runs behind. Here's the 5th ball of the 2nd over after tea. 5 runs have been added. Hadley is bowling to Gatting. A quick signal of wide from umpire Harold Bird. It's a very quick ball.
Well, we don't often see one bounce as high as this. Oh, that's just gone miles over Tony Blaine's head. And Dickie Bird having no hesitation at all in signalling wide.
Brilliant shot. That also was a fast delivery. It didn't get up. It was much fuller length. Beautiful stroke.
Yes, I think there's a little bit of temper in this from both ends. Richard digging that one in, not bouncing too high, but Mike Gatting almost waiting for it.
Graceful to Gower. And a shout there, but not really from the wicket-keeper. It was from the other close-in fielders, a little bit from Bracewell. In the air, safe at the moment. Absolutely stranded there in the stroke, David Gower, beaten in the flight by John Bracewell. No wonder he looks glum. He's miles away from it. .150 came up in 273 balls, and the last 50 in just 79. Good shot. All the frustrations of the first 2 days can disappear with some glorious stroke play of this kind.
Absolutely magnificent shot this. Quick foot movement, pitch right to the ball, crash through extra cover. Repeat performance, a little bit wider. And just came inside it and hit it past cover's left hand. And that's the 100 partnership. There on the balcony, Gooch, Doug Insole, Mickey Stewart, the cricket assistant, John Embry and Philip Sharp. Just with Bracewell being a little bit expensive, Jeremy Coney making a change at the pavilion end here. Ewan Chatfield coming back on.
It's a good start for Gatting. He's in the sort of mood where he can't afford to bowl short at him. That was 4 from the moment it left the bat.
Yes, he plays this short arm pull very, very well indeed.
What a little beauty. He absolutely flung the bat at the ball there. Foot wasn't to the pitch of it. But my word, didn't it go off the centre?
And this really shows what a good pitch it is. He's just put his foot down the wicket and flap right in the middle. He's dropping an extra man out for the hook. Martin Crowe has gone back just behind square on the leg side. And I don't know. It looks as though Richard Hadley might have got a little bit excited. And I think there might have been a slight warning there from Dickie Bird about excessive use of the bouncer. There it is, the second in a row, and very, very high indeed.
Got away for 4.
At least the bowler and the batter are friends. But Dickie Bird very concerned about that. And he's following Richard Hadley and having a few words, and that's really taken David Gower by surprise. He just got a glove in before it hit him in the head. It would have hit him in the head too.
Well, the throw is going nicely, thank you.
Well, worth the try. Martin Crowe is the man who threw the ball. And that's Mike Gatting's 50. Gower runs quickly.
Wanted the second one, but then safety first. And that's milestone enough. 200 up for the loss of 3 wickets. Evan Gray has bowled 12 overs. And still very tidy stuff.
At last he gets Gray away.
Gray has bowled a beautiful length to David Gower. And he's also trying to drop in the rough ground outside the off stump. But then suddenly he's short and Gower makes no mistake.
The hit's what they call the perimeter advertising.
The moment this left the hand, it was almost certainly going to be 4 against David Gower. Give him room at this stage of the game, and he's going to really flash that blade at it. Despite Chatfield's accuracy, Jeremy Coney's decided to step in himself.
Well played, steered that nicely. 99, 100. It's his first-class century of the season. It's been a great joy to watch, full of the best of the Gower stroke play, absolutely in tune with the requirements of his team. Must be a very pleasant sight for him.
Good placement again, 3 there. David Gower's high score against New Zealand, his previous best 112, an unbeaten 112 at Leeds in 1983. Partnership up for Gatting, a 200 partnership rather for Gatting and Gower. Started when the third wicket had gone for just 62, and they've produced some magnificent cricket out there. 298 balls it's taken them. That's 4 more. Beautiful stroke. Real fling the bat job. He's hit those right off the centre of the blade today. And it was a magnificent 100 by David Gower, 129 not out at the close. Mike Gatting, 86. Well, he wasn't far behind him in expertise and power out there today. 281 for 3 at the close of play after those 3 wickets had gone for just 62 runs. The bowling figures for New Zealand, well, they took a bit of stick. John Bracewell, second from the bottom, 11 overs, 1 maiden, none for 51. Coney bowled just 4 overs. Evan Gray bowled extremely well, 18 overs, 4 maidens, none for 47. Hadley, the 2 wickets to fall early, and then Chatfield came in with Alan Lamb's wicket. At the close of play, England, a terrific job done by those 2 players who shared a partnership of 219. England just 6 runs to 81 for 3.